Hello everyone. As you can tell by my voice, still sick. But anyway, I feel like I'm getting better. Cough's worse, but I feel better. Anyway, today's mission, refrigerator. So I have an old Amana fridge that I think my family bought when I was about 12. So it's, see, how old am I? 51 going on 52, so like 30 years ago. Believe it or not, been a great fridge. Has an ice maker, all that kind of stuff. But ice maker quit working for some reason yesterday. So I'm gonna grab a couple tools here. Let's see what I need. And pull the cover off, try to figure out what's up with the ice maker. It's either the water valve or the ice maker itself. So anyway, figured I'd take you guys along for the ride. Maybe you'll learn something. Anyway, see me doing a little bit more troubleshooting. So got my handy dandy little driver, a couple 1/4" sockets to pull the back panel off, and we'll go see what we can come up with, why it's not working. Because this old man doesn't like drinking whiskey with no ice. So fortunately we have 2 other ice makers in the shop. So we're not out of luck yet, but I don't like running outside in my underwear just to get ice for my drink. So let's see if we can figure it out. So for now you can see me. So for safety, I went ahead and already turned off the water downstairs just in case I broke a water line. It's kind of old and brittle, but ooh, little dog hair down here. So let me see if I get this down here so you can see. All right. So if you look, here's the water line coming in, and I think there's 2 water valves. Yep. So get my flashlight out here so you can see. Not too much. 2 water valves. One of them here, which goes to the fill up your glass with water. Then this one goes to the ice maker, and I'm wondering if this water valve is dead. So we'll get out our multimeter and we'll test it and see what happens. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check the actual solenoid valve here. And if I got my meter out, I'm gonna make sure that it's not open. It should show some resistance. So I've got the meter set on ohms. My arms are in the way. Hopefully you can kind of see that. So I'm gonna check. So it's not open. All right, so it's not a broken coil, so that's good. So now we need to check and make sure that we're getting a demand for power on the solenoid to open for water. So change this to AC current. I currently have the fridge unplugged, but we should be able to put these in here and then plug the fridge back in and see if we get, if it's calling for power or not. Alright. Oh, shoot. Plug that back in again. Alright, I'm gonna plug the fridge back in. So we're getting 29 volts. That doesn't seem like enough power. So for comparison, I'm going to unplug the other valve. I'm going to put my meter on it and see what power it is on it when we start the fridge. So same thing. Hey, babe.
Jeff is here.
Okay, do me a favor. Is he outside there, or is he coming? Yeah. Hit the water maker, or not the water maker. Hit the water valve. Push it in. Okay, so we got 121 volts there. So that one's good. So we're not getting a call for power for the solenoid for the actual ice maker. All right, so it appears that the switch is working, or the solenoid's working. So the last thing to check is to make sure the tan wire on this is the power coming in to tell it to open, to put water to the ice maker. And the white wire on here is ground. So I'm gonna just check. If you follow them up in the bundle, these two grounds are connected together. So I'm just gonna make sure, I'm gonna ohm it out and make sure that these are both connected via ground. And then we'll know that the ground's good and it's not a ground issue. Pretty sure it's gonna be an ice maker issue, but I just wanna, this is easy stuff to get to. I wanna make sure that it's not an issue. Yeah, so showing hardly any resistance. So the ground's good. So this valve's gonna be good. We're gonna have to go up inside and check the ice maker. I don't know how well you can see it on the camera, but the nice thing about this old fridge, there is a complete wiring diagram. And down here's the solenoids. And I followed the line all the way back up here to the ice maker. So I don't think that the ice maker is sending a signal. So we're gonna have to break into the freezer and make sure that the ice maker is getting power to tell it to do everything else. So let's pull the ice maker out. All right, there's the actual ice maker. So I think if I pull the top two bolts and that bottom bolt right there, I think it'll pull right out and we can bench test it. So let me get it pulled out. All right, I got the ice maker out here on the counter. As you can see, it's got a 4-wire harness. So that's the same ground. That tan one is the one to the water switch. The red is a hot, and then it's got another factory ground in it. So this is this wire bar back here. This is a limiting switch for when the ice bucket gets full. It comes up and it trips it, so it won't make any more ice. And then it obviously has a, if you look at the bottom of it here, has a defrost coil in it to push the ice out. And then on the end of it here, it has a motor that turns these guys when it's time to make the ice, pushes it down. You can still see ice in here, pushes the ice cube out of a little tray and then dumps it forward. So I'm suspecting that this is bad, but what I need to do first is make sure that the unit is actually getting power. So I'm gonna have to reach inside the freezer again with my meter and check and make sure that we got power coming to this plug, that it's not some other issue somewhere else. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see this over my shoulder, but back here in the back is the power plug. Let's see, am I in the way? I'm in the way. Anyway, let me check it and then I'll get back to you. All right, so my meter's showing power. There, I have it plugged in. So we're getting power to the ice maker. So it's the actual ice maker unit itself is going to be. So I'll have to see about what I gotta do for a replacement part. All right, so we got the new ice maker in. If you remember the ice maker job here. So this is the old one. Just doing a little side by side, making sure that they appear to be the same, which they do. There's a couple differentiations. This piece has to go into the little gear on the side of that, like you see on this one. We'll need to move over this little kicker leg. Obviously, we're gonna have to move over the wiring harness, and it also looks like where the water comes into the end of into this one, this little plastic piece needs to be broke out so that the water hose goes in like that. So we'll get put together what we need to get put together, and then we'll drop it in and see if we make ice. All right, new unit, got everything attached to it, got it all ready to go. So we'll put it in the freezer and see if that fixes the problem. All right, I got the fridge unplugged because we are gonna make an electrical connection. So I got to remove this cover, and then we'll route the wiring harness and get the fridge plugged in. So let me get this out of here. Hopefully this does it. I need to have some more, need some ice. Let's see, where's the best place for you guys to watch? Well, let me move these over here. Right, got the cover off. Now let's see. Let's pull these other screws. I think it's probably better if we put the unit in and then plug it in. Ping dong dong. Fortunately, there's this nice little flat tray down there at the bottom. Catches all the screws when I drop them. Oh shoot. I screwed that up. I should have left in these screws for the unit to hang itself on. Put those back. Get them started there. Okay. Now, I can turn my flashlight on in there. Ah, there we go. There's a little bit of light in there. All right. So, put this guy in, hung up. Maybe or maybe not. All right, I just noticed something. If we look at the space from the back of this unit to where the ears are, and if we do the same with the other unit, let's see, what's the best way to put this? Anyway, these are off. They're too far this direction. So I'm gonna have to go in and drill a couple holes in the refrigerator, the mounting block, and then I can move the bolts over about 3/4 of an inch so that this unit will sit in there. Maybe if I put them side by side like that. Can you see that difference there just a little bit? See how they're offset just a little bit? Well, that's not enough for me to mount it, so I have to modify the fridge just a little. All right, got my punch a couple holes in here. Get my light on the other side. Now, in true old man fashion, I'm just eyeballing this because I think that any educated guess will be about right. So we'll see if I'm smarter than the average bear or not. Ooh. All right, see in there? You can see, oops. See the holes got moved over a little bit. I think that should do it. Put you back down there. All right. Grab a couple screws. We'll get them started in there. one thing's for sure. You can't have wide shoulders like mine and get in there. Alright, where'd that screw go? Oh, there it is. Alright, I think I got her now. Let's test fit it. Well, guess what? I was only 50% right. Gonna have to move this one screw over, I think. Actually, I think it'll go to where I put the holes. I just don't think I can drop it on top of the screws the way it's supposed to be. So let's pull the screws out, push it back, and see if we can get the screws started. Oops, gonna need that. Gonna need those. Alright, let's try again. So, put this guy up here. Back where it needs to go. Oh, that's part of the problem too. I gotta put the wiring harness through the hole. That would help. Come on. I think I can make it work. Let's see. Problem is that these are stainless screws and things not magnetic. Or they're not magnetic. So it's kind of a hairy operation here. See, they fall off like that. Might have to use the old tape trick. Let's see. Try again. Yep. Alright, I think if I just reach in there by hand, I can get them. I can hold my finger over it like that. I can get them hand started, and then I can run them in with the impact. Or at least that's what I did with the last one. I have to do this one left-handed, maybe. So I don't drop them everywhere. Alright. Shoot, I can't even get my hand up in there. Now. Yeah, gonna have to find some other solution. So here's a little trick if you've never seen this before. So, like I said, this screws stainless steel. And even if I had a magnet, the magnet wouldn't work on it. It wouldn't allow it to be stuck in here. But if you take a little piece of paper, in this case tinfoil, but paper towel or whatever, and jam it in there, it tightens it up just around the body enough that, see how it doesn't fall out? Works good. You can get it started. Then when you pull off your socket, you just pull off the piece of tinfoil. So use tape, whatever, but so this allow me to get it started without having to hold it. Perfect. Got it. Let's tighten them up. Alrighty, we've got it mounted inside now. There you go. One mounted ice maker. So now let's hook up the water line up in the upper right hand corner, plug in the power, and then see what happens. Okay, water line's done. Power. This is like fishing in the dark because I can only get one arm in there at a time. Okay. All right. So got that done. Got that done. Mounted tight. Now we need to put our cover back on. Oh, it's over here. Dancing around. Move our flashlight out of the way. Okay. Alright, got the cover for the auger motor. One screw, two screw, red screw, blue screw. Okay, that part's done. Now we need to put the bin back, which is right here. Off, on. Okay, that should be good. Push the fridge back. Oh. Now I need to plug it into power, and we'll push it back a little bit, and then we'll go turn the water on. So you don't want to see that boring stuff. Well, we got the water hooked back up. Let's see if that works. Yeah, there it goes. Get all the air out of it. In the back of the fridge here, there's a whole bunch of this pipe running in a circle. That's how you get the cold water. Just hold it back there. So we'll go till we get. Should be an air bubble in here somewhere. If not, we'll do like 4 glasses of water. Okay, one more. See? All right, we'll throw down the lever, turn the ice maker on. See if it makes ice.